Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Joyeux Noel, and Happy Holidays. It's Tickets Please with your host, Austin Gould and Carson Gray. Welcome back to Tickets Please. We were on a bit of a hiatus there with the holidays. Everyone's busy. I got sick for 2 weeks after my trip back to see Carson and everyone back where we grew up. But we're back now to cover the Small World holiday overlay. I'll explain why I got hung up there in just one sec. But I am your host, Austin Gould, and with me is the Cindy Lou to my Grinch, Carson Gray.
I was expecting that. Love that. What's up, everybody? Good to have you here again. Sorry for
Yep.
taking so long that
Oh,
of a break, but we're happy
every,
to be back.
yeah, everyone's busy during the holidays. This will be I'm actually gonna push the other holiday overlay to next year because we got to save some Christmas content. But that'll be we have another. I have another channel update news thing coming out soon. It'll actually be before you see this, where I do some theme park news and some channel news for you. But I'll also share a couple of updates with you here right now. One, we're over 330 subscribers. So I just want to say, another great thank you. Thank you for supporting us. We'll be continuing to do this and moving into the next year. But a great first, I think, like 4 or 5 months to start off this podcast. Really encouraging, and we're starting to get more engagement on the TikTok. And it sounded like I was 200 years old calling it the TikTok, um, and on YouTube. But yeah, so we're excited to keep going. But those are a couple of the channel updates. Carson, how are you doing?
Doing all right, man. But I'm really happy to be here again. It's been a little while, so I was missing it. I was missing it, but I'm looking forward to this topic after you sent me the outline for today's recording. So this should be a good one.
Yes.
And also to tie into what was Austin was saying, thank you all very much for subscribing and engaging. That's really exciting news, and we love seeing it. We love doing this podcast together, and we're glad that you're enjoying it with us as well. So thank you very much.
Yeah, and I don't want to blow up her spot, but we're because I know she has to talk to a couple of people before she comes on, but we have a very exciting guest coming on in the new year who is actually a cast member, and that's all I'll say for now. But it'll be a great episode
Yes.
coming up in the new year, sometime in January. So get excited for that. But with our little hiatus, I also wanted to work a little bit more on the podcast. I think we might switch to an every. Oops, let me turn that off. We might switch to an every 2 week release schedule, just so we don't want to burn ourselves out. We don't want to run through all the theme parks we've been through already. We don't want to. We want. I want to put a little bit more love into the editing of these things, but I'm still kind of experimenting with that. Probably still one video a week. One just might be news, and then it might be like switch from news to podcast, but we'll see. That's an ever evolving thing here. But because we were gone for a little bit, I reworked our script a little bit, or our outline. And so we have two new sections for you today as part of the episode. The first one you'll see is called The Big Question, which will be talking about a big question around the ride or attraction or whatever we're covering that day. And then I also have a new area called Stats and Info, where I just speedball facts at you about the ride and a little bit more information for you. So get ready to look forward to that. And yeah, we've talked about it a little bit already, but today we're covering It's a Small World holiday. And I mentioned I got tripped up earlier, and I almost got tripped up again right now because my first big bad for this is this should be called Joy to the World. Joy to the Small World, like some kind of pun there. The fact that it
It's a
isn't that and it is a Christmas thing makes my brain hurt.
that's a missed opportunity. Holy crap.
I,
Wow.
I like keep
It's
I
not
keep
it's not even like a
wanting to
copyright
say
issue, so
no. I literally just keep wanting to say Joy to the Small World because that's a better name than
yeah,
It's a Small World Holiday. Disney, well, call me and I'll sell you that idea for very
there you
low.
go.
But
If
I'll
you
read
could
a
d-
little
if you
bit
can do
about.
if Disney can do a deal with OpenAI, they can do a deal with us.
Oh God, AI, the devil, the absolute devil.
We won't get into all
I,
that in
I
here,
I will
but you know what I'm
become
talking about.
far less articulate if we start talking about AI just because of how mad it makes me. I
Yep.
will just become even more rambling hot mess than I already am. Uh, but Carson, I'll read a little bit of the Small World holiday overlay. Oh, by the way, we're just covering the holiday overlay. We're not covering Small World by itself yet, so we'll cover that sometime in the future. But from the Disney website, uh, it's a Small World holiday. Celebrate the splendor of the season with a festive Yuletide take on this classic attraction. During the holidays at Disneyland Resorts, scheduled to return on November 14th through January 7th, 2026. An exuberant holiday experience. Set sail along a wondrous wintry waterway transformed with whimsical decor. Behold jubilant regional adornments. Wow, there's a lot of like $5 words in this. Behold jubilant regional adornments along your world tour of good cheer. Listen as the costume chorus of children sing the classic It's a Small World After All song and traditional holiday tune. The enchantment begins as you approach the iconic facade, which is adorned with thousands of shimmering lights for the season.
That is very fancy for It's a Small World, but hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, say that 9 times fast. Um,
Yeah.
and it is important to note that Carson and I have both been on Small World, but we have not been on Small World Holiday because we haven't been there in the
Mhm.
holidays. So we've watched the ride through. We get the general gist of the ride, so we felt confident covering it. But for the holiday, we just watched the video. But Carson, I'm going to pelt you with a bunch of stats and info. You ready?
Oh yeah, hit me.
And the new section called Stats and Info. Location: this is in Fantasyland. Opening date for the holiday overlay was November 25th, 1997. It is about 10 to 15 minutes long, depending on if you get a boat in front of you or if it's busy. The max speed is slow as hell. Songs are Jingle Bells, Deck the Halls, and It's a Small World After All, of course. And for lights, they have around 50,000 big lights and around 350,000 mini lights. So
Wow.
they got enough lights to light up the skyline if they so choose. But uh,
Light up the
and
entire
did,
town of Whoville.
yeah, absolutely. Did you see the facade, Carson? The facade's amazing. Just absolutely
Yeah.
covered in lights.
Yeah. It was really cool.
Yeah, beautiful to look at. I think they do a really great job with this. Um, and actually, you know what? I forgot I'll take a step back. The big question that we're covering today, Carson, uh, in addition to throwing this attraction through its paces with our test, is the big question: is Small World Holiday better than It's a Small World Normal? That's the big question we're going to be covering.
Oh. Okay.
Uh, so, what is your Carson? Tell me a little bit about your ride through experience that you partook on earlier today when you were looking at Small World Holiday. What you think about it?
So it's way less annoying. That was the first thing that came to mind. I was like, oh, it's so refreshing to actually hear some different music in this godforsaken ride. I didn't feel like
Absolutely.
I wanted to. I didn't feel like I was dissociating when I was listening to the music.
Yep.
Um, but no, I liked it. I liked the different like lighting styles and designs for each like region and each culture that they have in there. It's really cool. I really like the different songs they have in there too, and they don't like interfere with each other too hard. At least in the recording that we watched, I don't think it did. Um, but yeah, it was a much more refreshing take on the ride. And I also
Yeah.
didn't know that it was that young. I thought it was older than 97, but
No,
cool.
97. It I that was my so I went on normal Small World for the first time just this past September. I dragged my wife on there, even though she did not want to go with me because the song is annoying. Uh, and it was late at night, and
Shout
so it
out
was like
Maya.
essentially just us in the boat. And we just it's like very calm, and you go through, and it's very cute and wholesome because it's like all the children of the world singing the song. But I'll tell you right now, we were in that ride for about like 8 to 10 minutes. One additional 30-second round of that song might have driven me insane. I was I was like right
Yeah.
at like the fulcrum point of like I might lose my
It,
mind if I hear this song
yep.
one more
Yep.
time.
It takes you like your dogs are dangling over the edge
Yeah,
by
it is
the end of it.
incessant. It is incessant. Like all the other stuff, the stuff is like I don't know. All the caricatures of like the different countries are funny. Like the Canada representation is like a bucktooth Mountie with a bird on its hat. It's kind of
Yeah.
funny. But I was like, that's cute, but I didn't think I was going to ride it again. But I do want to ride um, the holiday version because when I the first thing I noticed is the same thing you noticed on the ride through was that it is way less annoying. They have Jingle Bells and Deck the Halls playing as well, like, and they also have different languages of the songs, and then they
Yep.
also have Small World, and so you get like it's like broken up better. Like you don't get like you're not like beat over the head with one song the entire ride. You get like it feels like a calmer experience than the normal Small World.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Glad we agree on that then.
Yeah, the one thing I thought was annoying though was that the Santa Claus guy talking like when you start on the ride,
Yeah.
you start in like the Scandinavian country. Usually, Small World doesn't have any like audio outside the singing. This Santa Claus, he's like that. That's like the one bleed through, and it sounds like me doing a Santa Claus voice. Like no shame on the guy who they got to hire, but he's like, oh, I can't believe it's time for Christmas season. I hope all you are good little boys and girls. Like it just it doesn't quite fit
That
for
was
me.
even that was even better than the video we watched. So there you go, man. Disney
Yeah,
hire him.
I don't know if it was the bleed through, but I didn't love that. But I'll tell you a little bit about the
I don't blame
history,
you.
Carson, because
Yes,
you
please.
mentioned yourself that you thought this would have been around longer. But yeah, starting in 1997, Disneyland featured its Small World holiday during the end of the year, Christmas and holiday season. The Disneyland version of the ride has been redecorated nearly every year since then. The attraction is closed in late October to receive temporary holiday decorations inside and outside, and it reopens in early November before the start of the busy holiday tourist season. After the holiday season, It's a Small World stays open through January, the first week at least, and it closes and returns to its normal It's a Small World in either late January or early February. Uh, Almost 1 million. This is from Wikipedia, so take it with a grain of salt. Almost
Mhm.
1 million lights are included during the holidays. It's a Small World holiday overlay that's inside the building and outside the building, which makes sense if you think about the outside just having like 350,000 like mini lights. I can easily see the number getting quite up there. And the main theme song is played, just not in full, as we already talked about. The children of the world, also sing "Jingle Bells" and "Deck the Hall." Uh, and the ride, while it also the facade is decorated, the inside of the ride is also like changed. They have like Christmas decorations that represent different parts of the world. Like the intro I did was a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of bad French, because they show a little bit of decorations throughout, like what it kind of looks like. Père Noel, all that stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but go ahead, of course.
Oh, I was just agreeing. You're good.
Yeah, and apparently every 30 minutes, a projection show introduced in 2005 plays every 30 minutes across the facade, while a techno version of the Nutcracker Suite plays, which I've not seen. But hey,
Hmm.
if anyone likes that, let me know. And then for the other Disney parks, because this is only in Disneyland, like the original Disneyland, at all right now. It's been in other parks before, but right now it's only in Disneyland. In 2003, Tokyo Disneyland introduced its version of Small Holiday called "It's a Small World Very Merry Holidays." Somehow, even a worse name than "It's a Small World Holiday." Joy to the Small World, guys. Come on, it's right there. That's easy pickings. Although having lights on the clock tower, the rest of the facade was covered in giant snowflakes. Inside of the attraction also had a modifying soundtrack, but the in 2011 they didn't do it at all because there was an earthquake that damaged some props, and the holiday overlay was removed in 2015 due to Haunted Mansion Holiday having a higher demand and the two attractions being too close together, I guess. So they don't do it in Japan anymore, but it was there for a period of time. Same with Disneyland Paris. They introduced it in 1999, but it went away in 2015. Came back for the 2017-2018 season, but it hasn't returned since then. And in Hong Kong, they did this as well, but it went. It was like I think it was there for one season, and then it went away. Uh, which is interesting. I would have thought this would be more popular across the world. It is kitschy as hell, and America is genuinely, like, generally a little more kitschy when it comes to like we kind of like the. It's very saccharine. It's like a very saccharine Christmas,
Hmm.
but I kind of like that. I kind of like when it looks like Christmas threw up on a room, especially if I'm just like
Yeah.
on a boat right through it. So that's why I think we like it more. Although I was surprised to learn that it's not in Florida at all. I definitely thought it would have been in Florida. They
Hmm.
do the holiday overlay for Living with the Land, which is like the farming.
Really?
Yeah, so they have like all the lights through that one, and I know people like that. And so maybe they were, and they also have Haunted Mansion. Oh no, they don't, because the Haunted Mansion holiday is also in Disneyland, not in Disney World. I don't know what's up with Disney
Hmm.
World. They only got one holiday overlay, as far as I'm aware. I know they do Christmas big in the parks still. They still have the direct decorations and whatnot, but just in terms of the overlays, they don't seem to do it as much. But I think they should. I think my like I will put it through the test and eventually compare it to the original ride itself. But my gut feeling at the top, when we're at the midpoint of the show, Carson, is that I like this version of Small World more than I like normal Small World.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. 100%. It's not even a competition for me.
Yeah, I also love Christmas. Like I'm a whore for the holidays. Um, that's a Hallmark movie right there for you. But so I kind of
Some
just
kind of
like I
movie.
that's some kind of movie, whore for the holidays. Um, but the song is super annoying in the main thing. Like you literally feel like you're gonna go insane. I'm just gonna show the video of Carson laughing over there because of my horror for the holidays joke.
That got me so. Oh man. Yeah,
One time I
you're the star in it, buddy.
hey,
You're the lead.
one time I was at a basketball game with a couple of friends. Like I was at a Mariners game and it was about to be fall and we were talking about fall flavors. And out loud, I couldn't even stop myself. I was like, "Ooh, I'm a whore for fall flavors." And an old lady in front of me like was dying of laughter. She turned around. She was like, "That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard." So I made that old lady's day, but that's just kind of, that's where I'm at in this holiday season. Um,
Wow, that's
but
awesome.
but now it's time for everyone's favorite section of the show, Carson's Corner. Uh, Carson, I sent you a from DisneyFandom.com kind of a summary of the ride. So read that when you're ready, my friend.
You sure did. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Carson's Corner once again. Glad you could join us. Grab a nice cup of hot cocoa, settle on in, and let me read you a cozy little DisneyFandom.com section about this ride for the holiday season. As you approach the facade, you hear a familiar tune along with jingle bells. You board your boat and enter the welcome room, which now has the Happy Holidays sign. You enter the Scandinavia room, which is now the North Pole. You travel through the ride and discover Chinese New Year, Jungle Jangles, and Feliz Navidad. You enter the Spirit of America room to see yourself in a country Christmas. Finally, you enter the finale room and you hear Deck the Halls. Everything is decorated with white garland and lights hung from the roof. You exit through the goodbye room, where the postcards have been replaced with Christmas cards. You exit the building and catch the twinkling lights once more as you disembark your boat. The exterior is adorned with thousands of colorful twinkling Christmas lights. The clock is adorned with a Santa hat and a formerly white garland and wreaths hang on the doors to the clock numerals. They were removed during the 2014-2015 season. The bushes also have lights in them, and every evening there is a light ceremony that brings to life thousands of twinkling lights installed on the facade. After nightfall, for every 15 minutes, a holiday projection shows on the facade. The projections debuted in 2005 and have been updated twice, in 2012 and 2013, the latter being entirely animated in CGI, which still runs to this day. The facade joins in with the seasonal nighttime fireworks show Believe in Holiday Magic, also using the projections.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Carson. Uh,
Thank you for
but yeah, I
joining
mean,
Carson's
it is
Corner.
Oh, go ahead, Carson. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut off your segue out of Carson's corner.
You're you're good. All I was gonna say is thank you very much for joining me in Carson's Corner, and let us go on back to Austin with our bellies full
With
of
the
happy
weather.
hot cocoa. Yes, with the weather.
With the weather. Okay, listen to my earpiece. Read breaking news. Uh, no, honestly, this attraction is just like super pleasing to the eye. Like Small World and Disneyland is kind of like tucked away, and like, well, it's tucked back there.
It was just the gesture, dude. I was like, I
my
loved it.
wife likes to like point out that I during the course of these episodes I look like I'm casting spells with my little smart pen. because I'm just like
Just gotta
doing
just
this.
gotta animate some pixie dust around it. Yeah,
I'm just like doing this the whole time because like I can never stop moving my hands even when I'm holding something.
I'm
Uh,
scared you're gonna perform one of the Crusacious curses on me.
yeah, Crucio. What Vinny Cadini. There you go. There's a meme from long past for you kids. Um, but yeah, it's just a super pleasing attraction to look at. It's like very vibrant. The lights look great. Disneyland and Disney World, all the Disney parks, I imagine, just kind of look very like amazing during the holiday season. I think, like, once again, I love Christmas. If you don't like Christmas, like maybe not, but it feels very inviting to me, very warm. Uh, I like all the songs a lot better in Small World overlay holiday. Terrible name. Joy to the Small World. Like I can't even say Small World Holiday like without like
Austin wants it real bad.
I can't even say it without like focusing like all my brain power on it. My brain does not want to call it that. But yeah. But Carson, before we get to the test, is there anything else you want to say about this?
I think we covered all of it, man. Let's go ahead and get right to that test.
All right. And this is a bit of a shorter episode. We're just doing a bit of an overlay for you. It's also the holiday season, so we don't want to take too much of your time when you could be spending it with kith and kin. So, everyone have a very happy holidays and Merry Christmas. But before we let you go, for this first year of Tickets Please, we will hit you with putting Small World Holiday through the test. Literally had to pause and remember what the name was in that moment once
So
again.
you wanted to say
Mm-hmm.
Joy to the Small
Joy
World.
to the Small World. It's right there. This is my campaign. This is my 2026 campaign. All right, test number 1. To all that come to this happy place test. Can your grandma get on this ride? Can a small kid get on this ride? Are there other limitations? So for the first two, your grandma can get on this ride. Your kid can get on this ride. I don't think there's any height requirements. This is not like, in any sense of the world, this is not a thrilling ride. It's like a slow-ass boat ride.
Right.
Although
I'm gonna guess. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it does not appear that they have like wheelchair accessibility, because this was like one of the oldest attractions. It doesn't appear to have any. It doesn't really appear to have any other accessibility options.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It does not look handicap friendly.
No, I don't think so, because like you also have to like step down. Like all the old attractions, like the Speedway, which is like I really like that attraction where you just like sit in a car and drive around a little track. That one is like I don't know how people were getting into those cars in the 50s. You gotta like get low to get into those cars. Like you have to like I essentially like fell into the car. Like Carson, I don't know how you would get into it. You're like I'm not tall by any means. I'm 5'10". You're six. What are you 6'4"?
No, I'm like 6'1". I want to see our friend Keegan get into it. He's
He literally
6'7".
cannot get in it.
He probably
He
he probably
cannot.
wouldn't be able to. We
But
could
the
have him
boat
stand.
it's a little easier to get in the boat. So for me, I'm gonna give that one a light pass. What about you, Cars?
Yeah, I'll give it a. You know what? I'm not gonna give it a pass because it's not handicap friendly. I know it was
All right,
made a very long time ago originally, but yada
was
yada blah blah blah. They had time to renovate it. I'm giving it a
hey,
0.
that's totally fair. That's totally fair. Next test, the shake, rattle, and roll test. What is the ride physically like? What is its top speed? If it's aiming to be thrilling, does it succeed? Does it cause discomfort? Does it fulfill its purpose? A little bit of a complicated test here for this ride. The ride is physically, this is a slow ass boat ride. I couldn't even find a top speed for this because it's literally just like a very slow boat ride. There's like no thrill at all. It's not aiming to be thrilling. Um, it doesn't really cause any discomfort, and I do think it fulfills its purpose. Kind of a weird test for this one, but I think I'll give this one a pass as well. What about you, Cars?
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree with you. I'll do the pass for that.
Alrighty. Enter the Quniverse test. What is the average wait time? How good is the queue experience? And does the queue have interactive elements to entertain? I actually forgot to look up the average wait time, so let me go to thrillddata.com real quick and get that for you. All right, looks like the average wait time is about 25 minutes.
That's
Maximum
kind.
maximum wait time 1 hour. Minimum wait time walk on.
It's a little long for this kind of ride, but I know why. I mean, the ride goes pretty slow, so
Yeah, this is interesting because the queue for this is all outside. Like like when you're loaded
yeah,
into it, like you just kind of like zigzag around like switchbacks into the Small World area. There's like the hedge animals to look at. There's obviously the nice facade. Um, but then you just like step into the boat. So the queue overall isn't so great. I honestly, the max I would wait for this is about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I would just be like, well, there's other times in the day I can come back later for this. I don't have to wait right now. Like if I was in that part of the park, like if I just got off like Mickey and Minnie's, maybe I would head over to this for 25 minutes. Um, I would say the queue isn't so good, but the holiday overlay, I think the queue is actually better because you have the lights to look at, and apparently every 15 or 30 minutes they do that light show on the facade of the building, which would be cool to see. Uh,
Yeah, I agree. Like while you're waiting in the queue, that would make it a lot better. And because we're focusing on that specifically, the holiday version of this ride, I'm gonna give it a strong. I'll give it a strong pass. Honestly, like that's a
yeah,
strong one
I
in my opinion.
I think if we were discovering the normal ride, I don't think that would pass. But because it has like the holiday
Yeah.
overlay and there's actually stuff to look at and be immersed by, and you also don't have to hear that damn song the whole time, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
All right, next test: To Infinity and Beyond test. Does this ride create a world beyond itself? Can it be adapted into other media? How popular is it, and has it created a legacy? Tough, tough one. Carson, what do you think? I'll let you talk first.
So it's definitely a legacy.
It's
Um,
definitely a legacy.
if it if not kind of a meme, but it is a legacy, and people know the song, like, as soon as you hear and they know the
Oh,
name
that's
of
true.
the ride, they know exactly what you're talking about when you say it's a small world, and they know what song. Um,
Yeah, but that's
but
Small World or original.
that's true. That's true. So this for this holiday one, hmm,
So this holiday one, it's been in 4 parks total. It's only currently in one because the other 3 parks
yeah.
canceled it. I've never
I'm
really
gonna go ahead.
seen this adapted into other media outside of Shrek, when it's like welcome to Lop da da, that thing.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm actually gonna give it a 0, unfortunately, because it's pretty young, and like you said, it's been reduced to 1 park. So, like,
Yeah,
legacy-wise, unfortunately, the holiday version of this is not exactly concrete.
yeah. This is one. I think if it's interesting that I think it fails this one, the holiday overlay specifically. I think on the previous one though, the original fails. So it's interesting to see how they switch back and forth because that's a fail for me as well.
Yeah.
All right. The downtime test. How's this ride adapted over time? Does it experience frequent downtime? Is it difficult to get on? The ride has adapted, like they've added in like different countries over time, more Disney characters. Obviously, changed the lights up, added in Santa. It doesn't really experience frequent downtime, like here and there if like the stuff ain't working. But overall, it's a pretty steady ride to get on, and it's not. It really is not hard to get on. Like when I went on this, it was just like a walk up. So for me, that's a pass. What about you, Cars?
Yeah, same. I mean, you hit all the points I was gonna talk about, so that works.
All right. And moving on to the past, present, and future test. Does this ride have staying power? Will it be around in 10 years? Will it be around in 20? Will the IP remain relevant? Is it likely to be replaced? Carson, go ahead.
Uh, I don't see it getting replaced anytime soon. The, um Oh, but we're talking about the holiday specific. Gotta keep reminding myself
That's
of that.
true. Yeah, there's no way that It's
Mm,
a Small World will ever get removed. It was made for the World's Fair, like in like 1958. Like the Disneyland's is the original one. There's no shot it ever gets removed. But for the holiday one, I don't know. Gray area there for sure.
yeah, it is. Yeah. Um, man, I think I'll go ahead and still give it a pass.
I think a lot of people look forward to this for like their Disney trips for the holiday season. I think if you're in Disneyland, you got to go on this at least once.
Yeah.
I think it will be around in 10 years. I think it will probably be around in 20. IP doesn't. I mean, like if you call Small World an IP, I don't really think that's relevant. But I don't really
Right.
think it's likely to get replaced.
Joy to the small world, man.
Joy of the
It's right
Small World.
there.
Hey, man, just take that idea. Too good. Next up, test number 7, Mel Brooks test, merchandising. Would you buy merch from this ride? If yes, what would it be? Does it translate well into sales? Carson, take it away.
I would say it could translate well into sales because it's like a limited edition version of It's a Small World. I think it'd be really cool. I would get it's like a T-shirt or like a holiday themed version of It's a Small World mug, something like that, or like a little keychain themed like the holiday version of Small World. So yeah, I would give it a pass.
Interesting, because usually I'm the one that would buy this stuff. I would not buy anything. I would not buy anything from this ride,
Really,
and I would not buy anything from the Small World, like by itself. I think the ride's pretty
not
annoying.
by itself.
Yeah, I like the idea of the ride. Like I think it has like a good message, like world harmony and all that shit. I just, as you can see, I'm taking it so seriously. But this, if it was called Joy to the Small World, I would buy that. But if it was called It's a Small World Holiday, I'm not buying that. I don't know if they have merch for this, like even by itself. Ooh. But I'm gonna. That's a fail for me, but that's a pass for you.
Yes, it sure is.
Alrighty. And test number 8: Top Gunning for more tests. Does this ride offer enough to justify multiple rides? Are people excited after riding? Is the excitement noticeable in line? Carson, take it away.
Well, we did talk about how it'd be more entertaining in the queue for the holiday version of it. So, um, yeah, I think it's still a strong pass for me, honestly.
Do you think you would get on this multiple times?
If I was there during the holiday season, I would be willing to do that because it's not
Yeah,
as annoying. It's not as annoying. Like
yeah.
I I would be sad. I would be satisfied with the one and done thing. But if I was with someone else or like a couple other people and they were like, hey, let's go on it like another time while we're still here. If we're there for a couple days, I would not be annoyed by going on it again.
Yeah, you convinced me because I thought that one was going to be like an obvious no because I would not get on this like multiple times. Like riding this ride 3 times in a row, like as it normally is, like I literally think you might go insane. Um,
Yeah, not in a row.
but because this is the holiday version, because there's more to look at, and because the music is broken up better, and there's the lights are pretty, and there's new things to look at with the Christmas decorations. I think you're right. I don't really think people are excited necessarily after riding it, but I think people are like, "Oh, look how cute this is." I think people are enjoying the
Right.
ride, and I think it does. I think it warrants at least 2 ride throughs. So I think you're right about that, Cars.
Yes. Want them over
I know
again,
you're
folks.
I know you're campaigning for Big Small World. Nice little oxymoron for you there.
Yeah.
Uh, Test number 9: A ghost will follow you home. Test: Does the ride linger in your thoughts days later? Would you recommend it to others? Yeah, I would recommend this to others. I don't know if it lingers in my thoughts. I do think it's like gorgeous to look at. I think the facade is like worth the price of admission alone. Like how I've driven to stuff just to like watch. Like we used to drive around town just to look at all the Christmas lights people put up, and there's no ride there. You're literally just looking at the lights. So yeah, I would recommend this to others. What about you, Cars?
It would be a stretch to say lingering, in my opinion, as well. But other than that, yeah, in that way, it's a soft pass for me. If we're looking at this a bit more objectively for the holiday version, but
All
still a
right.
pass.
And yeah, still a pass. Uh, I thought this would do pretty well, and so far it's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Tickets, please, priority test. Test number 10, the final one. Is this experience worth planning your day around? Would you wait twice the average time to ride? And if you don't ride, will your day have been worse? Uh, I'm gonna give this a fail. I just straight up would not wait 50 minutes for this. I think that would be like a pure waste of my time. Just like bad planning on my part. Um, and I think this ride, I think you could get on easily, and you wouldn't necessarily have to plan your day around this. Like, for example, Haunted Mansion Holiday can sometimes get packed, and if you might miss out on that, and then that might be missed. But like, if you miss this, I think it's a great attraction. I think it like is a worthy entry for the our tickets please meter. I do think, however, like it is essentially just lights and the small world, and if you missed it, I think your day will be a little bit worse, but not like substantially worse. And I think you'd be able to get on this ride throughout your visit at some point.
hmm Yeah, it's a fail. It's a fail for me as well, and I agree. Plus, with the facade, the way that like with the animations going and all the lights on there and stuff like that, you get a really cool experience just by walking by it. You wouldn't even have to like hop in the ride to say like you thought the holiday like the Holiday World version is a cool thing to see because you'd be able to just see it in passing and be fine. Um, yeah, it's not gonna ruin your day if you can't get on into it either.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you there. All right, let me tally up our scores here.
I think it did pretty well.
It did do pretty well. It got for both of us a 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
And then let me consult my rating scale. Oops, that's not it. That's
the tickets please
uh,
rating scale.
the tickets please o meter. That puts it
Yes.
for both of us individually and for tickets please as a whole as tickets appreciated. 1 point away
Hmm.
from tickets treasured, but I think tickets appreciated is like kind of a perfect rating for this ride. I think it could be better, but I think it is like a worthy attraction. Like I said, I really like the holiday overlay, and yeah, I think that's kind of right on the money there.
Yep, I agree. That makes a lot of sense. We got it right. I knew
All
it.
All right. Well, now it's time to get sappy, folks, because I'll say a little thank you because it's the end of the. This will be the last full episode of the year for us. We're going to spend time with our friends and family, and I'll have another news video going up. But this will be the last full episode. But I'll get a little sappy here and say one, a thank you to everyone who's watched and supported us. Especially my family, Carson's family, our friends, of course. Braden Tanner, our third co-host. A big thank you to that as
Mhm.
well, and all the guests that we'll have on next year, and all the new subscribers we'll have then too. But then I want to give a very special thank you to my wingman, uh, Carson Gray, because I am the theme park nerd here. I'm the obsessive one, and I was like, when I pitched this idea to Carson, I was like, Carson, what if we just did a theme park podcast and I just kind of blab at you for like an hour about theme parks? Is that cool? And Carson was more than happy to go on board with that. And I think we're really starting to come into our own here at Tickets Please. And I'm excited with what we've done and what we'll do going forward. But I wouldn't want to have anyone else but my side, but Carson Gray. So thank you, buddy.
I appreciate that, man. That's really sweet. Thank you very much. And I'll be a little sappy right back and say thank you very much because I won't go into much details, but I've had a fairly hard year with some personal stuff going on. So this podcast has been able to give me a chance um, to schedule in some time for some extra enjoyment with one of my best friends in the whole world. So I'm very grateful for
Yeah.
that, and it's been fun to learn about these theme park experiences with you, share them with you, and with our subscribers. And it's a chance to be able to get some engagement going on out there. It's been a really cool opportunity that you've been able to provide. So thank you very much, and
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what we do moving forward with this.
It's a niche podcast, but the goal was to put more positivity into this world.
That's fine.
Uh,
It's
and
needed.
and and do a little something fun. Um, but uh, but yeah, just usually when me and Carson do this, we like shoot the shit for about an hour beforehand, just like
Yeah.
talking about we talked about the new Welcome to Dairy show for about 45 minutes before we did this
Hmm.
episode. So it's always good to be with a friend, especially around this time of year. But yeah, everyone, go have a very Merry Christmas. If you celebrate, have a happy holidays. If you celebrate something else, and just be kind to each other. And we'll see you back in the new year for more tickets, please. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Happy holidays.